This is Jeanine Taylor, and I'm bringing another artist spotlight to you today, and I'd like to feature Ruby C. Williams. This is a good time to feature Ruby because she just had a birthday and she turned 92 years old. Ruby was born and raised in the historic African-American town of Bealsville. 12 freed slaves founded Bealsville, and one of them was Ruby's great-grandmother. Ruby's always lived off the land and grows her fruits and vegetables, and has had in the past a beautiful fruit stand that people would stop at. And she would advertise her fruit and vegetables with colorful wooden signs that she would nail up. Well, someone who knew folk art stopped by to buy something, and they noticed the fruit steins, and they asked if they could buy some. And the rest was history. So Ruby now makes her living off of her fruit, vegetables, and folk art. Let's look at that folk art. I'm going to start with this one because it's very, very appropriate. This is one I just picked up from Ruby. Pray Now. She's a very religious person, and she loves to minister from her art. We've also got another one, It Costs to Hate. And she started painting this a few years ago, and with all of the turmoil that we have in our world right now, it's certainly appropriate. So here's one of the fruit signs that I was telling you about. This is one of her strawberries, and she paints strawberries, and she paints peppers and all kinds of things to bring people in. So she's still painting these. Ripe berry, sometimes it would say a sweet berry. And then this piece over here, she doesn't paint this quite as often, but I asked her about what the night creeper meant. And she said that living on her land, she could hear Florida panthers at night. And so that's what she calls her night creeper. So let's look at a few things behind my shoulder. This is Bonnie Bonbonnie. And Bonnie is a character that she has painted throughout a number of years. And she says Bonnie would never leave her house without her matching hat, dress, and shoes. So she's always got a styling outfit and a purse. I'd also like to talk to you about some of Ruby's accolades that she's had over the years. This is a picture of Ruby underneath the banner at the Anacostia Museum, Anacostia Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. And Ruby's art was chosen for the banner, and it was called On Their Own, Selected Work by Southern Folk Artists. And so this was in 2005, and I remember Ruby saying, oh my gosh, it's so cold up here. And it was 16 degrees when we went up there, so there was lots of snow. And she looked very jaunty, leaning on her Mercedes that she said she was going to buy, and sure enough, she did for the trip up. So Ruby's definitely styling, and to me, she's a dear, dear, dear friend, and I just think her work touches all kinds of people. So thank you so much for listening.